YouTube says you are live, and we are up and running. Welcome back, everybody, to another Tuesday night of HOBO Cup Series action here. Tonight, it is Atlanta Motor Speedway, not Echo Park. It is Atlanta Motor Speedway, the SBP07 version that we were running. And, boy, am I intrigued at how this is going to go. I don't know what to expect. I do expect this, though, to be very, very thrilling and potentially maybe even a little bit crazy. I don't know. Atlanta can go any different direction, but we've got a very, very healthy field on tap tonight. 27 drivers at the very minimum. We'll have 26, which obviously we've had car counts over 20 pretty much every race, but getting up into the mid-20s here, that's pretty impressive. I think that we are going to be seeing a phenomenal show. It's a matter of how these guys are going to be able to navigate a fairly slippery racetrack, kind of similar to Michigan a few weeks ago. And same gentleman who called that race at Michigan with me is here with me tonight, and that is the man, the myth, the legend, Caleb Rose.
I'm flattered. Thank you so much for having me up here once again. Yeah, Michigan was a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to this race as well. So excited to be finally back up here once again. And like you said, we got a full field here tonight. We've got a stacked field ready for us here tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun around here at the Atlanta Speedway. This track usually always produces fun races on and offline, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
As am I, and having you alongside is just going to make it even better. 114 laps on tap, so a pretty long race. And if the qualifying results stay as they are, oh my goodness, this is going to be... That is something.
Oh.
We have a tie to the thousandth of a second for pole between Herman Reese and Wiley King, both of them with a 28.013.
Wow.
And the game is given the edge to Herman Reese, and therefore the qualifying domination of Herman and Keith McLean continues, and Caleb Lingle for that matter. Those three have been sweeping every single pole except for Ken Hansen at one time. But Wiley King almost did it. He almost became another pole sitter on the season. As competitive as it's been on the winners column, qualifying not so much. But, oh, man, that is cool to see. But Herman Reese will start on pole alongside last week's winner, Wiley King. Wiley is really coming to life here these last few races, and he is clawing his way up the points. He is up to 4th after winning a Pocono and is looking very, very strong. And with this qualifying effort, I think that we may see more of the same of that. Obviously, it is Atlanta and a long race, so I think qualifying here isn't going to be super duper indicative of how things are going to go down. We do have Caleb Lingle and Jeff Stakanis 3rd and 4th. Steve Grant, King Consistency there in P5, followed by Ryan Johnson, Eddie Rayleigh, Ken Hansen, Duke Sorensen, and Jeff Fugate are the top 10 starters. I will try to very quickly go down the rest of these starting order here. It is Jason San Diego in 11th, Herb Johnston, Troy Donahue, Ron Simpson, Steve Rubino, Rob Heath, Dan Rubino, Ricky Bumbleau, Charlie Trusty, the top 20, all those guys taking a lap. Then you got Bob Gibson also running tonight, along with Randy Smith, Jack Haley. I don't believe we've seen him on track yet, so that'll be a first time there. Harry Codian, another guy that I don't think we've seen yet, and that is Gary Jackson. He'll be running the 00. And then starting at the rear of the field, a couple of very, very quick drivers in Keith McLean, Mac Daddy, and Mark DeSenza will start at the rear. Oh boy. Caleb, big field, a tricky racetrack, open setup, realistic damage, cup physics, and a fairly lengthy race. That's just about everything you want, isn't it?
All that and a tie for the pole.
Yeah.
What more could you want? That is absolutely amazing. Both Rice and King with a 28.013. That is absolutely insane. And if I wasn't already excited enough for this race, oh boy.
I think that you easily are gonna have probably, boy, you got like all those guys there. You probably have like 8, maybe 10 drivers that will be in it with a very legitimate chance here, and I expect all of them to be dicing it up quite a bit here in this race. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I am going to apologize again for the fan noise in the background if that is coming through. Just when I thought, all right, I won't have to have the fan on anymore for these broadcasts, my AC died. So, there right now, that is the only option that I have, and I do have a new unit on the way, but I just had to get that out there at least, just in case anyone was like, what's going on there? So, that is why I apologize for that, but hey, it is not going to take away anything from the on-track action that we're going to be seeing here. Coming into this race, Herman Reese still holds on to the point lead, but still, at this moment in time, Steve Grant will be second, I do believe. I'm just going to give myself a quick little refresher here. Like I said, Wiley King up to 4th, gained quite a few positions in the point standings with that victory last week at Pocono. Of course, Jeff Stakanis also finally got some mojo back after winning at the Papyrus Motorsports Park. Jeff Stakanis 7th in points at the moment. But the top 3 are Herman Reese, Steve Grant, and Ryan Johnson. Top 3 all separated by 130 points. And King in 4th, and Keith McLean, McDaddy, they're in 5th. For the points, Fugate, Stakanis, Kilojoules, Duke Sorensen, Andy Rayleigh are the top 10 currently in the standings. And of course, all those guys are going to probably be making it to the postseason here as it stands. And pretty much everyone in the top 15 is looking pretty good at the moment, as long as they just keep making starts and trying to keep pointing in the right direction. That's going to be a big key, and especially a big key at a track like this. Caleb, I'll go ahead and ask you, because even though I know you might not have quite as much online experience as maybe some others, I know you have dabbled in it a little bit. So, from your perspective, something like Atlanta, how does it tend to go for you, and what do you usually expect whenever you come out here?
Well, Atlanta is definitely a bit of a tough track to drive, especially in the early stages where the tires are cold, and this track can be very, very slippery on new tires. So these guys will definitely have to be pretty careful, especially on fresh tires and restarts, and honestly, the start of the race in general probably as well. But we definitely could see the cars tighten up a little bit, get a little bit more accustomed to the track as the runs will go along. But yeah, Atlanta definitely a very slippery racetrack, so it'll be interesting to see how all these guys, I guess, acclimatize themselves to the racetrack.
Yeah, acclimatize and try and see what's going to work best as far as the general kind of feel. And I bet you these guys are going to be making a lot of adjustments as the race goes along as well. Field is lining up here. Waiting on a couple final drivers there. There's Ken Hansen jumping on. Perfect. Pit road speed, 45 miles per hour. Going to be maybe a little bit one of the trickier pit roads to get onto today. So that'll be another thing to watch out for. Will be trouble getting it down to speed, trying to keep it straight, and just striking that balance between aggressive and not getting yourself into any trouble, whether that's spinning or getting a speeding penalty. And has been given in 114 laps, as you see down there at the bottom left of your screen. Pace car is rolling these guys off of pit road. Oh boy. This was definitely a race that was going to be highlighted on the calendar for a lot of these guys. I do believe it was Jeff Stakanis that won it at this racetrack. back in the second race of the season, if I am remembering that correctly. So we'll see if he's able to get that 4th place starting position and convert that into a race victory. Of course, keep an eye on Steve Grant as always. He's king consistency. He's still 2nd in points and doing a phenomenal job of keeping it there. Even if he's not quite the fastest car every week, I do expect him to be making some noise at some point in time. But once again, that Cadillac has found its way to pole position, albeit by either the 10,000th of a second or just based on his car number. I can't remember which way NR goes with it, but oh, Caleb, it is showtime here in Atlanta.
Let's do this thing.
Pace car is down. 114 laps, double file restart, or double file start. Away we go, green flag. We are underway in Hampton, Georgia. Oh, they're wrecking already.
Oh, no.
There. Yeah,
there's a big one.
That was kind of bound to happen. Both Rubinos are in it. Trusty is in it, and that's a hard hit to the inside wall.
Wow.
I do believe I saw someone else there. That's Ron Simpson already with some damage. There's Gary Jackson in that 00. And already that is going to be an early exit for the 43. That car is smoking up a storm. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I am not surprised. Cold tires on the initial start, double file. That is very, very commonplace. Go ahead and have a look at exactly what got that started. Keep an eye here on Steve Rubino. Oh, he lost it trying to stay off of Troy Donahue.
Oh, yeah.
And that is what sent them all around. And there's Jackson back there. Looks like he actually got a little bit of a tangle there with the 28. That's not good. And someone else spun on the back straightaway there. May have been the 88. Jack Haley.
Really with a huge hit to the inside wall.
Yeah, I saw that hit there with 43. That was nasty.
I think they had a pretty similar incident in Michigan as well.
Oh, no, that was not the 88 that spun it. It was Steve Grant. Oh, and he got doored by a loose Eddie Rayleigh. And 360. Whoa. Gonna lose some track position, but did not hit a thing. Credit to him there. That is phenomenal driving. And that thing off of the wall, and we'll keep him in good shape. We'll just lose a few spots out of it. But not a whole lot of pain there. Gonna look at the back of the field here. Yep, there's the whole checkup going on, and yeah, Gary Jackson got into. He's complaining a little bit. Don't know if Keith may have any damage or not. Do know a few guys though that are going to be struggling for pace early on here, and that was all just thanks to one spinner. That was unfortunately the 07. Everyone's staying out here, no surprise. But with the single file restarts coming up here, I think that we'll be in a little better shape for seeing these guys get some better runs going. Steve Grant will probably, yeah, he'll drop to the rear of the field here because he probably pitted to get those burnt tires off of him. Another news here, though, for HOBO. This is, again, Atlanta tonight. Next week, Chicagoland will be the series destination. That'll be another pretty neat challenge, perhaps a track comparable to Nashville. but a track that I don't have too much experience with. So, got another kind of an unknown going into that one. That'll be another pretty neat race there. And of course, as always, I've got to mention whatever else that we have coming up that is not on Tuesday nights. And we've got a couple of them. Thursday night, CCR from Homestead for their season championship race for their Error 88 series. And again, this Thursday. And then Sunday night, Fast will be back in action again. That will be from the Chicago Street Course. Thank you to Zach Rogers for putting that on. And Zach always for all the help that he does. Get all my co-commentators throughout the season, including this man up here with me. Thank you again to Caleb.
Anytime, dude.
Lights are out. We're going back green lap 6. You guys topping off with fuel, as is Steve Grant, actually. So, strategy play there. Top 5. Coming up through this restart there will be Herman Reese, Why the King, Caleb Lingle, Jeff Stakanis, Eddie Rayleigh. Here in the top 5 as well. That's a decent position there for the 112. We'll see how long he'll be able to hold on to that thing. Already 3 drivers out after a wreck in the first corner. Charlie Trusty, Steve Rubino, Ron Simpson also opted to call it a race. Man, that's rough. Not even making it through the first corner. Pace car will be pulling it in this time. Tires going to be colder and colder as we run under caution here, but we'll try to get this thing going. Here we go into the restart zone. How's this for a top 5? Cadillac, Pontiac, Ford, Dodge, Ford. Fancy that. Back to racing here at Atlanta. See how the field gets through here this time. Ooh, KJ's big warp, big blinking. Some guys getting a little squirrely, but looks like everybody held on to it. And we will complete a lap under green here. Herman Reese out in front. But with a long race like this, I fully expect these guys to be taking it relatively easy. And especially on the tires as well. You're going to want to have some there for the long run. Because if you don't, things could get a little bit iffy as far as the handling goes. But a couple battles here. Battle for 3rd and I believe that is 6th. Ken Hansen, Eddie Rayleigh going at it.
This underneath the 113 there of Caleb Wingler comes a 78 Ryan Johnson with a big run, looking to get by the 31 as they go side by side. They're going into turn number 1. 78 is going to have to check up a little bit there on the inside, slides up the racetrack a little bit and keeps position there to the 31. We'll hold on to the 2nd position for the time being. But so far, so good here on this restart. Everyone's kind of fanning out just a little bit, but we still got a lot of battle potential going on the racetrack. And here we go for the 6th position. It looks like is Eddie really took a peek there on the front straightaway on the 94. Kid Hansen wasn't able to get it done quite yet, but still that 112 is all over the back bumper of that 94.
And 94 got by the 112. 112 looking to possibly take it back. And yeah, as you said, all over his back bumper. This is the closest battle farthest up the track at the moment. 94, 112, 59, and 9 are also right there. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be too much urgency quite yet. Although Ryan Johnson, he was making some pretty dicey moves. But hey, we remember seeing that at Michigan. We saw him do it at Charlotte quite a ways back. He is definitely not someone that's afraid to hold back, but at the same time, he does it in a manner that he doesn't burn up his stuff quite as fast as you would think he does, as he would go for 2nd. 31, maybe on the 95. You should be able to get the quarter panel under there. Debatable. I think 95 will have the momentum there around the outside.
Well, this could open the door up for Ryan Johnson. And not quite. He's going to stay in line there as we go down the back straightaway. There goes the number 9, Jeff. You get around the 59 there, Duke Sorensen, and through turns 3 and 4. San Diego tried to get to the quarter panel there off the corner. Wasn't quite able to get there just yet. Yeah, still a lot of battles heating up here around this racetrack. Wiley King still holding on to second for the time being, but ever since this race got going, it's still been Herman Rice dominating this race so far.
Yep, just running his pace at the moment. You can tell he's not really pushing it too hard. Everybody's still right there with him. Up here in the top 4. Getting this run going here, lap 13. Checking on through the field at the moment. Oh, we got one. Had a bit of a moment there just a moment ago. That was Jack Haley, but he's all good. Yeah, a few battles there toward the back of the field, which includes Mark Cosenza trying to move his way forward. By Bob Gibson there, and Keith McLean going to try to do the same thing. Again, those are two guys that, with how long this race is, I think that they'll find their way forward at some point or another. But with it being realistic damage, Keith did get some hits in that incident, so don't know how his speed's going to be. Also back here is KJ, the Michigan winner, and yes, still blinking a little bit. I feel like he may have dropped back because of that, because you definitely had some sketchy moments there on the restart. Still 12th, though, but again, another driver that will probably be making some noise before this night is said and done. So you kind of got your top 4, and then another 4, and then 2. Those are kind of your packs at the moment. They're in the top 10. Herb Johnson in 11th, pretty much all in his lonesome. Which, honestly, I don't think that would be a bad place to be. If I was in Herb Johnson's spot, it's like, hey, no one around me. I could just run my own pace and not really worry about it. At a treacherous track like this, a long race like this, that sounds quite heavenly at the moment.
Yeah, it kind of seems caution. Like everyone's... Ooh, caution is out. Oh, damn.
Oh, not again.
2
for 2 involved in incidents here tonight. And that back end and even the left side of that car looks pretty mangled. Let's go ahead and have a look at what is brought out caution number 2. Oh, just self-spin. Running 21st. And, yep. Just lost the back end. That is an easy occurrence here at Atlanta. Even this far into the run. Not quite as common this far into the run, but it can absolutely still get you. And unfortunately, it got the 44. And no one else involved, which is good. But yeah, that thing's gonna be pretty rough for the rest of the race. But here we go. I think that we've run enough laps now that we should be seeing pretty much everybody come down pit road.
Ooh, yeah, here we go. I'm intrigued to see what adjustments everybody will make.
Yeah. If you have a condition like what happened there to Dan Rubino, and Wedge is gonna really save your day.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I've been there where even just adding like 10 pounds proved to be way too much, and it got really tight. But ideally, you'd probably be looking at something like maybe 10 pounds, 15 pounds if you just want to aim for something that you can keep under you. Even if it's going to be a little bit tight in the long run, it's better to be tight than sideways and in the wall. It's off going to be won by Herman Reese. Riley King holds on to second. As yeah, this is a pretty darn tight pit road.
A little off-roading there by Ken Hansen. No on the foul.
I think we'll give him a pass on that one. Magoo in the chat. Good to see you, dude. Stopping by. Under caution here currently for the second time tonight. Herman Reese going to lead the field off pit lane ahead of Wiley King, just in case. Ryan Johnson And Caleb Lingle, the top 5, pretty much came in, or came out as they came in. Johnson's still on the apron, though. Not sure if that's indicative of anything. Nope, he's just running down there. I don't think anybody stayed out. Yeah, we got a couple guys keeping it out here for now. Steve Grant being one of them.
Ah, Johnson, I see what you're doing.
Saving fuel.
Yep, 4th gear around the inside, and that 78 is saving.
Oh, man. Isn't that just funky? Oh, now Wiley King's catching on. Isn't that just funky, though, that, I mean, at any point in the race, these guys are probably doing the math that they know what they could try to do. This is a point in the race that I would have no chance of knowing, or no way of knowing. And I probably wouldn't even bother because that is way too much math. But if you're able to really put your strategy together properly, these types of moves can pay you dividends in the long run, and especially being able to pit off a sequence with guys, which could actually help you out in the long term. All these little nuances that come into strategy, and that's the great thing about doing these online races, is it's not just trying to save your tires, but also push as hard as you can. There's a lot of strategy that goes into this, and you have
definitely.
to be your own crew chief.
For sure. And yeah, you never know what's going to happen in these races, so for all you know, one lap of fuel could make the difference.
Yeah, even at this point in the run, you see crazier things. You absolutely can see crazier things. His lights are out on the pace car. Randy Smith has kept it out there and will be the race leader.
Interesting.
Where's this restart? Randy Smith, the guy that it's a pretty good day for him when he finishes top 10. And one of the Speedland guys is going to be restarting in first. As Steve Grant did bring it down pit road that time. How's this going to go down? Only time will tell. Wiley King keeping it down there on the apron. I wonder if it's also because his quality might be going up. He's got that little shimmy. Just enough to make you nervous.
He's got the slight little online twitch.
Yeah.
Like the freaking FNAF 3 main menu.
Got stanky leg going.
Oh, he's hitting the gritty.
He's hitting the... Don't know if this is the point quite yet in the race that you want to be hitting the gritty. Yeah, he's still keeping it down there. Yeah, he's not feeling good about his connection. So he's keeping it low. And here we go for this restart with Randy Smith out in front. Back to green flag racing. Wiley King keeping it down there, and he is dropping back. His connection not serving him well. And goodness, I think that he just outright disappeared. Oh, no, he's still down there. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, Jeff!
Oh, boy.
Goodness gracious, what a move that was from Ryan Johnson. Did you see that?
Dan Rubino's around at the backstretch.
Caution, I believe. Yep. And Dan, I believe, has called it a night. Holy smoly.
That was a lot to take in one lap.
Yeah. Ryan Johnson, shades of... I know I'm going IndyCar with this, but I swear it was a race at Texas like a few years ago. Will Power pretty much went down to the apron full speed to get past someone who's coming out of the pits. Ryan Johnson basically made the same move around Randy Smith, who I think was trying to drop back or got loose or something. Man, there was a lot going on up front there.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Let's have another look. First, we'll have a look at that move that we're booing and on about. Yeah, things got a little dicey up here. Randy Smith was actually doing a pretty good job. Got a little tight there. But actually, the moment came from Jeff Stakanis getting very loose. Nearly got into Ryan Johnson, who missed him. And yeah, Randy Smith is voluntarily going back to the back. And that's what forced Ryan to make that move, which phenomenal job by both the 31 and the 78 and the 10 for that matter. All keeping it hooked up in the right direction. And thinking very quick like that. As for what actually caused the yellow flag, another incident here for Dan Rubino. His back end all torn up. Get a look at it here. Yeah, just when you thought you couldn't get any looser. Nope, there's loose for you. And there's not a lot of chance of holding it straight on the apron like that.
Yeah.
Almost kept it straight enough that he maybe could have been fine. And he didn't hit anything, but he just spun around enough that the game did throw the caution. And yeah, I can see why Wiley King dropped back, but that is a real bummer for him. Because his connection was really going downhill. Wow. Dramatic there, and we're only on lap 23. Wiley King's still at the back and still really shimmying.
Yeah.
That's tough. That is a tough break there. The Nashville and Pocono winner. And yeah, he is all over mankind right there.
Oh yeah.
You hate to see that.
Doesn't seem to be getting much better either. Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The guy that tied for the pole in this race. That's rough. Hopefully it'll settle out. Maybe he can find his way back up there. But only time will tell. Checking on the field here. Herman Reese continues to lead. Ahead of Jeff Stacanis, Ryan Johnson, Caleb Lingle, Eddie Rayleigh, the top 5 at the moment. A good run there so far. For both of those teammates there, Rayleigh and Lingle. And of course, hey, you got Team Caleb represent here.
Yeah.
Does that make him an honorary Appalachia Motorsport driver?
Good question.
He drives a Ford, though, so that's a problem.
I mean, there is a series where Appalachia Motorsports Ford does exist.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm curious. Which one is that?
It is Osco Continental.
I don't even know what that is. I'll have to look into that. To those that don't know, my cohort here, Caleb Rose, what we're talking about is some offline stuff that we both dabble in. But what Caleb also does, I know I mentioned AG the channel a trillion times over, and I'm going to keep doing it because the operation that Alex and Caleb, for that matter, put on is seriously some of the best offline stuff that there is, if you ask me. And the operation is awesome, and the races that Caleb and Alex both put on, with Caleb being a big part of that, is seriously second to none for what offline racing can be. So if you haven't subscribed to AG the channel yet, definitely go do so. And yeah, show my guy Caleb some love here as well, because we love what he does. And even though I wrecked one of the Appalachia drivers in Martinsville.
I'm still waiting for your response on the bill I sent you for that.
Will you accept my dead air conditioner as a down payment?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Lights are out. We'll be going green flag racing here. These are the kinds of shenanigans that you see us kind of end up in whenever we're under caution like this. Herman Reese continuing to lead. Pace car pulling it back in here. Coming to lap 26. Field stacking up here. And back to it we go. Watch for checkups when they're this tightly packed. And so far, everything's looking pretty good.
So far, so good. That was a really tightly knit restart there.
Ryan Johnson, great run here on Jeff.
Second.
Jeff kept it straight there. Very nicely done. Get a quick flyby here. That never gets old.
No, it does not.
Boy, Ryan, he is loving that flat.
Oh,
Man, even under green, he is getting her down there. Hey, cut that dog leg. Why not? Man, it's fun watching him race. And no offense to Herman Reese, he's got 3 wins on the season, which is tied for the most so far.
car round. Gary Jackson in the inside wall.
Oh, brother. Caution. Is back out again. And another tore up back end. Not quite as bad as Rubino's, but yeah, that Love's machine is not feeling the love here tonight.
Yikes.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Another self spinner, looks like, up high ahead of Rob Heath, and yeah, the old bobble, and around she goes. And another one of those that iffy if the game would have thrown it or not, but there's a lot of cars around in there, so no surprise. And yeah, that was actually more of a hit on the side, like kind of that double hit. And that thing might be in rough condition as well. Boy, now what I was just about to say about Herman Reese is, ooh, mixed bag. Here we go. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Guy's faking, going everywhere. Kilojule is going to be the first guy in from 9th. Not a lot of guys going with him, but hey, strategy's strategy. I love it. But what I was just about to say about Herman Reese was he's got 3 wins on the season. He's leading the points. He's doing a phenomenal job, and obviously is one of the favorites here at HOBO as far as just pure speed. No offense to him, though. It's very boring to watch, which is a very good problem to have in the world of sim racing, because that means that you are just running your smooth race. You're not making much noise. And as a driver, that is ideally how I would want it to be. As a broadcaster, I wish he made it 3 wide more often. Herman is a phenomenal driver, and again, I have him as the favorite for the championship here this season, as I'm sure he would be many on the favorite list of many drivers here as well. Ryan Johnson, though, always lurking there, and he's got a couple wins. He won at Homestead, he won at Charlotte, and that Buffalo Wild Wings machine. Become pretty much the running bit between me and Zach Rogers now. That thanks to that scheme, we each went to Buffalo Wild Wings when we met up in Massachusetts. Solely thanks to that car.
That's awesome.
And to those that don't believe that actually happened, which I don't know why you care, but also there is photographic evidence. Just look at the thumbnail of Zach's first ever episode of Who's That Driver? That's me standing next to him.
Gotta love some garlic Parmesan wings.
You know what's funny? I actually had those tonight as well.
Let's go.
Yeah. Garlic Parmesan wings at a wonderful place here not too far away. A sports bar where bingo was taking place. No, I did not win. Unfortunately.
Hey, you gotta get in on the bingo action, though. You might not win anything, but man, that bingo is usually fun.
It was driving me nuts because I was like, this is so out of my control. It's driving me nuts. Although, speaking of meeting up in real life, I have had the absolute pleasure of getting to meet this guy at Bristol. Holy moly, that was cool.
Yeah, that was such an awesome experience.
That was very unexpected, too. Like, literally, I think it was on the way down there that Alex told me, oh, by the way, Caleb's going to be there, too. And I was like, oh, all right. And obviously, at the time, I mean, I kind of knew like what you were doing with the channel, but you and I hadn't really like interacted that much. And since then, honestly, I would say that you've become a good friend in the community and one of my favorite guys to commentate with.
Well, I really appreciate that, dude. Since I got to talk to you finally, like you've been an awesome friend, and you've been great to hang out and call these races with as well.
Hey, the pleasure is all mine, man. Although I'll tell you what, since Bristol and the NHRA Nationals at Maple Grove Raceway are the same weekend, hey, we went down to Bristol last year. You got to come up to Maple Grove this year.
I'll have to think about it.
Have you been to the Thunder Valley Nationals before?
I have not, actually.
Oh, dude. I'm going to say this, racing fan to racing fan, you've got to put that on your bucket list, just saying, especially since, yeah, you've got that Bristol Dragway right there.
I've got to.
We go back to green flag racing here. Lap 32. 4 cautions so far. Yeah, been a little bit hairy, but see how we get around this time around. Ooh, look at this one Ryan's got.
Ooh, Ryan really hooked turn 1 there. Here he comes.
Oh, he's going to make the peak. Oh, yeah. He's going to go for it.
Here we go.
For the race lead.
That was a beautiful set of corners by Ryan Johnson.
But around the outside and powering off, Herman holds on.
Man, these two were just so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of like we've got our own 2021 Hamilton versus Verstappen.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
I can see that.
You've got a driver that's, you know, pretty clean, respectable driver there, driving for, well, I guess a luxury manufacturer.
Yeah.
And then you got the 78 of Ryan Johnson, maybe a bit more aggressive in maneuvers, which is not a bad thing because the 78.
No.
I mean,
yeah.
He's been really entertaining to watch, and he definitely knows what he's doing as well. But
he's
actually,
very clean.
He's got a sponsor that has something to do with wings, just like Red Bull.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. That is a great point there. Jeff Stacan is trying to make the move, but not going to be able to pull that off. Kind of checking on through the field here. Man, it looks like just about everybody's sideways in some way, shape, or form. That is wild.
Yay.
But everybody keeping it straight thus far. And these two, Caleb Lingo and Eddie Rayleigh, still just lurking there, 4th and 5th. Pretty impressive stuff there out of those two Fords. And then Ken Hansen in 6th. Another driver that can definitely sneak up into a top 5 finishing position in some way, shape, or form. That beautiful retro-looking car. Fugate, Jason San Diego, Duke Sorensen, and Herb Johnston currently your top 10 as they run. Once again, everyone looks like they're starting to settle back into their rhythm and try to find their groove.
Battle back here for the 10th position between Johnston and the 85. Oh, we're getting to check up quite a bit there on the inside. Chases it up the racetrack just a bit. Here comes a 13. Taking a peek to the inside down the front straightaway.
Ooh, it's getting a little snug.
Maybe goes side by side going into 1. The 85 is going to send it deep. Slides up just a little bit, but stays clear. And right behind these guys, you've got the 33, Mark Costanza. He's kind of slowly just been making his way through the field since the green flag dropped. So his 33's had a really solid day or so far at just consistently making his way through the field. And oh, Keith McLean in the grass. Meanwhile,
Oh, holds on to it.
keeps it together though. Wow.
That's impressive. He usually runs it loose, so I'm not surprised there as these guys are still going at it. Ricky Bumbalo finally gets that spot there for 10th. And oh shoot, there is no running order displayed. Thank you, Greg. Oh goodness, I'll fix that in a bit. Thank you for the call out there. I totally missed that. I don't know what's going on there, but I will look into that. Oh, I know why. Oh my gosh, I totally never opened Apache. Oh gosh darn it.
Oh.
Whoops.
Oh, for second. Here comes Stacanus.
Oh, got that one.
Oh, Gary Jackson.
Ooh, man.
No caution.
No caution. Got down pit road. And everybody really stacked up here behind
Oh,
the leader.
has a run. Stacanis has a run. Does he take it?
Not quite yet.
Oh,
Gate on
Johnson. No.
Gate on Hansen. That's for 6th. Still that smoke there in the turn 4 from whatever happened to Gary Jackson, but everything looking hunky-dory at the moment. But yeah, Jeff is all over the back bumper of that 73.
Honestly, kind of the top 3 all under a blanket at the moment. Johnson sends it down the inside. Not quite able to get it just yet. Chases it up the racetrack a little bit there through 3 and 4. Caleb Lingle with maybe a little bit of a run here. Eddie Rayleigh trying to hold off the 9 of Jeff Fugit there. Man, we got some excellent racing up here towards the front. We got a lot of moves going on. As honestly now our top 8 honestly are kind of just in one pack up here towards the front. And yeah, these guys are just absolutely going at it for the time being.
Yeah, pretty much, relatively speaking, they're taking advantage of their runs. They're not getting super aggressive with them yet. That 43 of 114. Fugate underneath the 112. Fugate looking like he's got a possibly more of a long run machine. Ooh, not quite clear there. Really gets in front of him. Look at how tight these guys are.
3 wide.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh, look out.
Caleb Lingle inside. Johnson, Stacanis. Lingle bails out. Holy schmoly, I was not ready for that.
Gonna get to the outside of Johnson. You're going into 3 and 4.
They're all going to hold station where they were.
Oh, he has a run, though.
He does have a run, though.
There he goes.
No, he'll take that for sure. That'll be 3rd. Caleb Lingle, if he's able to pull this off. Let's see how he's going to make it here into the corner. It's a little tight. But he will pull the slider on the 78 and hold on to that position.
Textbook slide job right there.
Yep, not too aggressive, but yeah, definitely gave him the slider, and that was very, very nicely done. Caleb Lingle up into P3. So we got a run going here. These guys probably running about 15 laps so far. Probably going to be looking to pit in about 10, maybe 15 laps. Do you remember that KJ, who is now up here in, oh boy, what's that, 12th? He's going to be able to pit a little bit later. Big move there. Jason San Diego for 7th on Ken Hansen.
Honestly, we kind of got just about the whole top 13 in one pack now.
You ain't kidding. Here we go for 2nd.
Oh, here comes Lingle.
Just Stacanis are really getting a power move here on the outside. Draft will play somewhat of a factor into how these runs go in these straightaways, but not a whole ton. Caleb Lingle, though, he will clear. 113 now. Up another one up to 2nd. And Jeff Stacanis in a position here to possibly get freight trained if he's not careful.
Goes a 78 of Johnson, maybe. Dude, just barely clears Stacanis, but he crosses him over.
Wasn't that the story at Michigan? Yeah. It's just crossover to crossover.
Oh, he got tight.
Johnson really giving him the business.
Oh, and here comes Rayleigh.
Rayleigh and Fugate gonna get under there as well. Caleb Lingle starting to close on the bumper of the 73. Man, is this just classic Atlanta or what?
Absolutely.
As I subtly hope that there's a caution so I can try to fix the ticker problem. Apologies for that, but hey, it's either that or we still got some great racing going on here. Jeff Stacanis trying to hold on to that outside as best as he can. As I just observed TeamSpeak over here on the side, Wiley King, his internet issues continue to worsen. He just fell out of TeamSpeak.
Oh, that's not good. That
Oh,
looks
look
like...
at KJ!
Whoa!
V8!
Wow.
And remember, he can pit a little bit later than these guys.
Oh, how about 7th?
Oh, that would have been bold. What up, Blaine? Good to see you there. Oh, goodness, Jason. I'm sure if he was about to take the nose off the NR20 Fugate's trying to make a move on Brian Johnson, who actually got passed by Rayleigh. Ray Dog in third. But going up the track, into the wall.
Man, they are going at it up here.
We're still in the first half of the race. As there goes KJ for 7th. But, oh, man, they are all just stacked up behind this 112. The top two have pulled away. Fugate up to 4th. Decane is back up to 5th. And there's that dangerous Stella Artois number 029. Oh, my goodness. We may go 3 wide again. What a show these guys are putting on. This is awesome.
Hey, Wiley's back.
Wiley is back out there. I don't know how many laps down he's going to be. It's going to be at least a few. That really sucks.
Oh, we missed a pass for the lead. Lingle got by...
Oh, you're kidding.
Herman.
Oh, you're right. And we were so focused on everything going on there around top 5 positions. New leader is that 113. And he did that on a long run, too. So he's got that thing pretty well hooked up for this long run. But, oh my goodness, KJ is on the move.
And Johnson is down pit road.
Oh, we got other guys coming down. Here comes Herman. Pit window is open. Who's going to be next? That's going to give the advantage to the 73 and the 78. Because then they'll get the undercut. At least that'll give them the short-term advantage, I should say. Caleb, Fugate, KJ all stay out. Jeff Stacanis, Jason San Diego, Ken Hansen. All bringing it in. Oh, goodness. That was almost a spin there for San Diego. And KJ to second. That is the fastest car on the racetrack right now, by far. This long run is panning out for him beautifully. Lingle stays out again, as does Eddie Rayleigh. Fugate in this time. Yeah, I think a few of these guys were definitely short pitting. As Harry Codian brings it in. Mark DeSenza this time around as well. There comes a pack of cars off of pit lane.
Herman and Johnson come out bumper to bumper.
Caleb Lingle's going to bring it in this time, I do believe, and yes, he will. Fairly aggressive pit entry there, but not too bad. Not down to speed there. Eddie Rayleigh is also in. KJ is staying out. I am not surprised by that based on the strategy call. And also, according to YouTube, Blaine, which is TarnationTV there, is my number 2 fan. Interesting. Hey. I have no idea how that works. I don't even know what that is.
Somebody, I think, DeSenza got a bit swirly there on pit exit.
Yeah, let's see kind of where everybody emerges here.
It looks like right now, Decanis might be the net race leader.
Yeah, look at that.
Here comes Lingle off pit road. We'll see where he slots in.
Jason San Diego also jumped the 73 and the 78. That is interesting, considering the fact that those two, 73 and 78, pitted sooner. Yeah, Caleb, ooh, yeah, he's going to be in an interesting position here. There's Eddie Rayleigh coming off. Oh, you're 3 wide, borderline. Johnson thought better of that. Caleb, though, came out well ahead of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
So the undercut did not play as much of a factor as I thought it would. It looks like that just purely came down to execution on pit road, and Caleb nailed it. Still got some guys that are keeping it out there, including KJ, and he is well and truly the race leader at the moment. He's got probably a good few more laps that he can go. Keith McLean is second, but he's going to bring it in this time. Rob Heath also kept it out there for a while, so he was third quite a while, but he's bringing it in now. So that'll move all these guys up to second on back. AJ is the last one to bring it in, and
caution,
you're right, and someone has detonated an engine, and
Smith.
It's Randy Smith in the 10. Brings out the yellow flag for an engine failure.
And
don't believe we've seen that yet this season, a caution for an engine failure.
And that is going to be huge, I think, for KJ.
Oh, you're not kidding. He is one of... Oh, my goodness.
Going to end up being 2 cars, I think, on the lead lap.
2 cars on the lead lap. Randy Smith
KJ
was also on the lead
81.
lap. 81 of Troy Donahue.
Wow.
Everybody else is going to have no choice but to wave around. As here we'll have a look at the failure, and there it is into turn number 3. Mad props to Eddie Rayleigh and Randy, for that matter, for not looping it. Man, once you lose all engine power like that, that back end will just want to step out on you, so props to him for keeping it straight. But that is big. This may be an extended caution, because all these guys are going to have their black flag cleared. Because the game does not allow wave arounds. So they have to do it manually. And then everyone's going to get a black flag that waves around, so you have to have your black flag cleared by the admins, which is an option. But what this will also do is this will put Troy Donahue in second. And then who the heck knows where everybody else is going to be once we get all this sorted out.
Oh. The NR McPhail gods are certainly something.
Yeah, they came up and they bit the 10, who hasn't retired as of yet. Currently out of the race are the 00, 44, 43, 07, and 25. But I'm going to see if I could do, if I open these up. Just going to see if I could pull off a miracle here for the...
Oh. Lingle's coming back down pit lane.
Oh. Interesting. I wonder if maybe they cycled back around. No, he's still tail end of the lead lap, so he may have just... I think he just forfeited his wave around. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm honestly very surprised. Let's see if we can try to fix this here. NR2003 has not been started. Great. Let's see. Are we still lights on? Okay, good. We are.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull off some magic here. Bear with me, everybody. Do not panic. I am trying to do the equivalent of essentially ripping out the radiator and putting back in again. I don't know what other analogy to use, so I'm going with that.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
It's essentially what I'm doing.
Have you put it in rice?
Have I put it in Herman rice? Would you like to say?
What? Hang on now.
that was terrible.
Lights are out on the pace car.
All right, so I at least got back in enough time. That won't be an issue.
And everybody waves around.
Everyone, whatever that movie is. All right, let's refresh that. I think we're good. I do believe that we are now good.
Come on, GNL TV, work with us here.
It looks like it is, as long as it refreshes once we go back green, then problem solved.
Ah, beautiful.
That was totally my fault for not having Apache open. So the field's still going to have to get sorted out here, so we're definitely not actually going to be going back green here. So what they'll probably do is that they'll just go ahead and
it might get insta yellow here.
Oh, they're going to let them go here.
Oh.
Okay.
No, it looks like, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
We are getting up to speed. Here we go.
Caleb Lingle actually going to come out third, so then he goes for second immediately on Troy Donahue.
So he did get the wave around. Must not have taken service or something. Oh, boy. Stikane is also trying to make short work of some of these guys. Bob Gibson, Herb Johnston, they also got the wave around there. But I believe they were 2 down. So they are not on the lead lap. Oh, boy. Here we go again.
Oh, Herman Rice.
Oh, brother. Watch out for Troy Donahue.
Oh, all the way up on the outside.
And I will just mention it is pronounced Reese, actually.
My apologies.
Although I like Rice better because then I could have made that joke. Oh. Holy moly. These guys are still sorting things out. But KJ is gone. For now. Caleb Lingle, though, is bad fast. And
oh. He was a 10th faster that last time by.
Jeff Stikane was as well. Herman Reese is 4th. Ryan Johnson is P5 at the moment. Jason San Diego, Fugate, Cody Ann, DeSenza, and Keith McLean has now gotten up into the top 10. After he just got by, I believe, Eddie Rayleigh. Watch out for that 028. 028? 28. The 028 is Monty Keller, but he's not in this race. Ooh.
Oh, Jack Haley around on the backstretch.
Caution, question mark?
Oh, no.
No caution yet. Oh my goodness, he is destroyed. But no one around him.
It doesn't. No caution.
No one around him. We race on.
But, hello, Caleb Lingle.
Oh my goodness, he has caught KJ like it was nothing. KJ's just playing that long game.
Said the past couple times, Lingo was a 10th faster. That last time by, it was 5/10 faster.
Yeah, 3/10 there, and 113 back to the points. KJ looks like he's struggling a little bit.
To the inside. Herman Rice not too far behind.
I think that this is just the handling characteristics of that 029. That thing is great on the long run. On the short run, I'm willing to bet you he's loose.
Yeah, especially with the characteristics of this racetrack. That thing is probably on ice right now. And
that's probably why he's struggling. If this does go green, though, I think that we'll start to see him battle back up there once again. Herman Reese is 4th. This is unprecedented territory for him in this race. As these guys making work on the 49, the lap car. Oh, boy, Herb Johnson's not really giving him a lot of grace, though. Fugate's gonna get to the inside there, but man, yeah, he's racing pretty hard up there. maybe hoping for caution here soon enough. Maybe I do believe that he would be, yes, he would be the free pass recipient. And I also just realized Caleb Lingle, he was allowed to pit because he was the waiver, he was the free pass last time.
Oh, you're right.
So that's why he was able to pit, and that's why I think he's also so fast. His tires are brand.
Ah. Eureka.
Eureka moments. Wow, I actually thought of something smart. Not something I often do in these broadcasts. Yeah, 40 laps to go this time by. I would imagine most of these guys are able to make it on one more stop.
No, Keith McLean again saves it.
Through the grass. Whoa. He's got to stop doing that. I mean, I'm sure that. Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's when he hates loose.
And Hansen also had a moment. Held on to it. He's just barely ahead of Ricky Bumbaloo. That Rockstar 85.
Oh, the Senza.
Yeah, he was a little tentative there on that move, but he'll get past the lapper.
Oh, we're way up the track.
Got hold on to it there. Little laggy shimmy there from the 28. There's Troy Donahue.
Haley.
Now in another moment. Oh, good. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oof.
Boy, where do you go with that thing? Not much of a choice for a lot of these guys. They're going to have to pass around the outside as it stands. Oh, my.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was contact.
Round he goes into the wall.
Inside wall.
And that's a caution.
Yeah. Nice miss there by Duke Sorensen. And boy, did this race get turned on its head once again. Now everybody's going to be back on even playing field because I would imagine they are all going to pit, still put themselves in a one-stop territory. But now you get into the realm of you get too tired when you come to that final stop. Or too tired now and you gain the track position now. I think that would be an extremely aggressive strategy if you went with that. If you went with pitting for 4 now or 2 now and 4 later. But boy, it has not been a fun night for Jack Haley. Unfortunately, they're already being without a hood and just a little bit of a nudge from Herb Johnston trying to get by him there on the outside, but yeah, that was just a bad predicament. Those guys were in there.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, here we go.
What does everybody do?
Everybody on pit road. Focused in on Caleb Lingle, who is coming on to pit road as race leader. You imagine 4 tires is going to be the...
Looks like 4 for most.
I think that will be the unanimous call here.
Does seem to be the case.
Looks like most everybody's going to hold station. Herman Reese will jump ahead of KJ. Top 2 remain the same. Reese ahead of KJ, and then Ryan Johnson. Jason San Diego, Fugate, Eddie Rayleigh, Eric Kodian. Rector Senza, at least as they currently are emerging off of pit road. I believe a couple guys have remained on the racetrack for now.
And there it is. Lingle puts the car in 4th gear, and he is coasting that thing around.
So let's see. How many laps you got to go here? 30 something.
Man, we're already... This race has kind of flown by, honestly.
37, I believe. But yeah, we had a lot of cautions there at the beginning, and then that was a very great long run going there, and honestly, it would have kept going if it wasn't for NR pulling the old random engine failure. That was a rough break for Andy Smith.
Yeah, stuff like that, and honestly, like what the 95 went through as well, that's always especially devastating, especially knowing that it's completely out of your control.
Yeah, that's very true. Of course, now I'm not going to be able to see what caused his engine failure because I had to get out of the game and back in again to fix GNL. Would you be able to see? Just curious.
Yeah, I can go back and look.
Yeah, if you just look at like the standings, it should tell you what caused it.
Clutch failure.
Ugh. Yep, just you saw that he had lifted into turn 3 and the thing went kablooey. Now we've had a couple little incidents here. But we are going to be going back green with probably 32, 33 to go. I believe somewhere in that realm. That is... Ugh. That's getting close. Being able to make it, but I think that the call there would be...
Ooh. Got some more, maybe packing some extra fuel in.
Yeah, I do see some clutching going on from the 113.
Anson, McLean, and others down pit road again.
You're right. I don't know. This could be interesting.
28's taking right side tires.
Herb Johnston going for his free pass there. We'll see. I mean, hey, these guys have proved me wrong before when I thought it was iffy, and lo and behold, they were able to just. And lo and behold, it was like, oh yeah, it was one lap to the good. I was fine. I was like, oh, all right, yeah. 113, 31, 73, 029, 78. Going to be the top 5 here. Caleb Lingo looking to finally get his second win of the season. He's got the car to do it. He was the winner at Vegas, but he is the lowest in the points of all the current drivers with a win. Of course, he has also missed 2 races, but still, you know that he's looking to try to rally that forward a little bit here. Jeff Stacanis looking for win number 3 and to join the 3-time club this season. Herman Reese looking to break the tie between himself and Keith McLean for most wins on the season as we are back to green flag racing here. How crazy is that we are 20 races in and the most races that someone has won has been 2 drivers with 3 races.
Honestly, kind of insane. It's been honestly so much parity going on this season. We have so many different winners, and like I said, honestly, don't really know what you can expect going in.
You never know. You certainly don't know what kind of speed Ryan Johnson. Right here on the short run. Boy, he just gave Herman Reese a spook there. That was a twitch of, whoa, where'd you come from? He got by KJ in rapid fashion. And just like that, 1 lap from 5th to 3rd. Just Stacanis thought about it. Checking on through the rest of the field here. Everybody looking clean so far.
Oh, I don't know what that 78 did under the caution, but my goodness, that thing's flying.
That thing is just getting better and better. And
he got his wings.
Yeah. Well, Red Bull gives you wings, but apparently so do actual fried wings. Well, he had to check up there a little bit, got a little loose. Going to give the opportunity to 31 around the outside. 31 is going to bail out of that, trying to get the run on the straightaway. Caleb Lingo continues to lead this thing. There's Herman Reese is still 4th. I still think that he'll be in it with a good chance at things here. These guys still most likely, though, going to have to pit one more time. Mark Senza getting loose further back there. He's going to be able to hold on to that thing, and I believe that is up to 9th now for that 33. Great charge forward for that 33 so far. 28 lurking further back at the moment. Probably one of some guys back there that are trying to make it. we'll see as time goes on, if this does stay green, who might end up being in the catbird seat to make it and who's going to have to pitch. But Ryan Johnson up to P2 and looking for this race lead. Potentially, he's going to give Caleb Lingo a lot to think about at the very least.
I wonder if maybe some of these guys in the back of the field might be saving a little bit of fuel, but these guys up to the front are definitely not. These guys are all going absolutely at it right now. Johnson, another peek to the inside of the 113. He left a bit of a lane open there. Wasn't quite able to get it just yet, but Johnson, he's been all over the back bumper. That 113 these past couple of laps. That 78 might be a little bit quicker. He just has to try and find a way around.
Patience, patience, patience. That's all you can say really there is Jason San Diego up into the top 5 now, and that 22 is able to get by the 029. Fugate just threw in the clutch. He's saving fuel.
Ooh.
Some of these guys are definitely going to try. And I bet you Ryan Johnson's starting to do the same thing. I think he just lifted there. Oh, he's got a nose.
Up the track a bit. Oh.
Not quite. But Caleb, I bet you these guys are going to try to make it. Just based on what I'm seeing, something, a little birdie in my ear is telling me everybody's going to try to make it.
Honestly, it seems like it could be going that way. Honestly, our front runner's kind of spreading out just a little bit. I think a lot of these guys are definitely trying to save.
And you know
who DeCenza.
Whoa, fella.
Hold on to it. Wow.
Great save. We're going to lose some spots there. Going to fall outside the top 10. Just behind Harry Kodian.
He's just all over the back bumper of the 113.
73 is definitely lifting. 22 is all over his rear. Caleb Lingo, though, he's not feeling too good right now. He's like, golly, he's still right on my butt. I don't know if I want to be saving fuel or not. I don't know what to do. One thing's for sure, though, he is doing a phenomenal job of just keeping that thing under him. And seemingly, he's been unflappable up here in the race lead so far.
Lingo has driven a great race, especially since he's gotten out to this race lead. And I guess the advantage of being the race leader is you can kind of pace yourself, but it could become a disadvantage, especially like right now when you got the number 78, Ryan Johnson, kind of just breathing down your neck. And, I mean, over time, this could kind of throw in the advantage of the 78 because you can kind of pace yourself if you are the second-place car and maybe kind of try and force the race leader to use up more fuel as you kind of hound them a little bit.
I don't know if he just threw in the clutch.
Been some great racing up front, though. But, yeah, it looks like Johnson, yeah, he's throwing in the clutch now.
Oh, yeah. Jason San Diego just got by Herman Reese up to 4th. He is... I don't think he's saving that much. Herman absolutely is. Because he's slipping back now, is in the clutches of the 029. That 73 now is looking to make it to the end. Oh my goodness, we've got a fuel mileage race on our hands. This is going to be insane. Boy. Coming to 20 laps to go. These guys are going to have to make it about 33 laps. That's pushing the envelope quite a bit. Except for guys who pitted under that last pit stop. Like Keith McLean, like I believe Herb Johnston did. I don't know if Steve Grant did or not, but he may have. He's back in 12th. Herman's continuing to go backwards.
73, I think, is on big fuel saving mode.
Yeah, I think he just realized, oh crap, I'm not in a good position. If these guys are trying to make it, I got to try to do the same thing. So he's trying a bit of a different method. Oh my gosh! Everybody's on the clutch.
I'll tell you what, though, it's going to be kind of difficult for these top 3 to save if they're all on each other like this.
I know. If there's the clutch, 113's on the clutch. I don't think I've seen the 31 do it yet. But also, depending on how your car's set up, that can really upset the handling. when you throw in the clutch and then the power hits the wheels again. Ugh, that is a ticket to send yourself into Spin City.
Yeah, like,
I've been there, done that.
Especially
speaking of spin!
Oh no!
That'll throw it all out the window. That is Ricky Bumblew and Harry Codian going around. Well, everything I just said, throw it out the window. Now everybody's going to pit, and it's go time. Let's see what transpired, and then we'll get to pit stops. Bumblew sliding the track there.
Finish after all, but
yeah, unfortunately,
this is going to set up a crazy run to the finish, though.
I was gonna say it was a win-win regardless, from a viewing standpoint. And yeah, the 13 just got into the 85. Unfortunately, both guys just kind of pushing up the track, were pushing as hard as they could without causing much issue. But unfortunately, just that little tap at those speeds is all it takes. Both guys in trouble off of turn number 2. Now everybody's gonna pit. We make a couple final adjustments. Boy, you wonder how relieved some of these guys are going to be now that they're not going to have to worry about it. Some other guys are probably like, gosh darn it, I just lost track position trying to save fuel, like Herman Reese for that matter. Money stop time, here we go. Great entry there for the 73. Our eyes on Caleb Lingle here as always.
Here we go. Away he goes to 59.
Hello.
Sorensen.
That had to have been a 2-tire call right there. Oh boy, yeah, he'll split some of these guys. He'll be 3rd.
Oh, it's a no-tire call from Duke Sorensen.
No, oh.
Gas and go.
Yeah, oh my.
Ken Hansen
very
also
interesting.
Jumped quite a few cars.
But, oh boy, that is... I don't know if that's going to be sustainable. 2? Maybe. None? Ugh. Not at this track. Now, granted, I do stand corrected that I thought the fall-off would be a lot higher than it was. A lot of these guys, toward the end of that long green flag run that got them to green flag pit stops, they only lost maybe 6 or 7 tenths. They didn't even quite lose a full second.
Ooh. Well, how about this? We've got everything under this caution. We got 4 tires, we got gas and go, maybe 2. And we have Herb Johnston staying out.
So far, he is still out there. Is he going to keep it there? Is he going to try what Randy Smith did earlier? You also got Ken Hansen. He's gotten up to 6. I wonder if that may have been a 2-tire call. Duke Sorensen in currently 4th on no tires. Along with, of course, Herb Johnson leading. Herman Reese, Jason San Diego, Kilojoules, Fugate are the top 10 at the moment. I'm not going to say anything until we get 1 degree. I will. Let's wait and see what we end up with. But another one of those races that's had a little bit of everything. Some chaos, but then some long green flag runs.
Oop. Nope, here comes the 49. Johnson is in.
And he's going to bring it in. Get some lady laps out of it. So Caleb will be the race leader. Brian Johnson's 2nd. 2 of the more aggressive guys when it comes to making moves. And Duke Sorensen in 3rd with the strategy call to get himself in that position. Jeff Stakanis and Ken Hansen also getting himself up into a position. Is now 5th. I smell chaos. I smell madness.
This is going to be insane.
It will be 13 laps to go. That is not a short run. These guys are still going to have to try to manage at least a little bit. But if you're guys like Herman Reese, if you're guys like Jason San Diego, Killitrell especially, I mean, you're going to have to get bold here. They give yourself a chance at the win here. Herman Reese, of course, was the favorite, was dominating the first half of this race. He has never fallen that far back. This is the furthest back he's been all race. We'll see what that Cadillac can do.
I think we're at the point now. Like we've seen all race, these guys are willing to give, but with a restart as late as this, I think that ideology might go out the window here.
I think we're going to have a lot of taken. Restart's going to be big here. Here we go.
Oh, Sorensen.
Yeah, a little slow there.
On the tires quite a bit, and we're already under caution.
That didn't take long.
And I'm below again.
Oh boy, same dance, different studio. Oh boy, that's not the saying, and I don't care. I just made it up.
And we're gonna have an even later restart.
That benefited Sorensen. I think he was about to get swamped there. Uh-oh. Yeah.
What on earth happened there?
Oh, mischief. Either lost a gear or accidentally threw it into the wrong gear to the 13.
Yeah.
I bet you if he runs, I know some of these guys do run those H patterns.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just got stuck in a bad spot there. That's what caused him to lock it up like that. Just a bad coincidence that Ricky Bumbleau was right behind him. After these two already had a moment that brought out the last caution.
It looks like Cody N has retired with a gearbox failure.
So yeah, he did lose a gear.
Ooh.
That's rough right there. Oh, and then sure that was accidental, but we ended up banging doors as they were getting back going. Well, the intensity level's just going to ramp up even further, and these tires are going to be even colder.
Well,
how about that?
Well, now that little bit of give ideology is out the window, inside out, 2 miles away.
What give mentality? Thank you to everyone who has tuned in here tonight. Always appreciate it. Once again, I'll throw it out there. CCR will be Thursday night. Tune in for that one. That'll be a great race from Homestead, Miami Speedway, the Air Radiates, and then Chicago Street Course for Fast on Sunday night. And then, of course, these guys here at HOBO and just Chicagoland for their 21st race of the season. That will be in 1 week's time. Coming to 10 laps to go here under the yellow Duke Sorensen. I think he may have learned a thing or two after that restart there, because he definitely struggled a little bit. But still held on to third. Lights are still on, so we'll probably have 8 to go, would be my guess. Boy, howdy. Any predictions for what we may see here?
All I can really say is this is going to be fun.
Oh, no
Pull them
doubt.
belts tight.
Pull them as tight as you can. 13 out. We got 18 cars left on track. At least according to my game, which again is a little screwy at the moment because of the stinking because of me getting out and back in again. least GNL TV's up and running, albeit it's not going to be super accurate. But it has been updating at least, which is good. Alright, the King going to get a lap back here. Should see the lights go out this time around. Question is, are they going to be able to make it to the white flag? There's a caution probably within the final 5 laps will end up ending it.
Looks like we're going to restart with 8 laps to go, I believe.
It will indeed be 8 laps. Well, we thought 13 was going to be intense. Well, knock a few more off of that, and the sense of urgency just picked up a little bit more. Caleb Lingle looking for win number 2. Ryan Johnson looking for win number 3. Duke Sorensen, no wins yet this season. Can he make it an 11 different winners this season? I don't know what sentence I was trying for right there. Jeff Stakanis looking for win number 3 as well. And Ken Hansen looking for number 1. Herman Reese is 6th. Might take a bit of a miracle for him to get up there, but I certainly wouldn't count him out of it. Quite 100% yet. Quite 100% yet. My sentence ability is starting to go out the window just about as much as these guys give mentality.
Oh, here we go.
How are we going to do this time? Pace car is in. And into the restart zone. The green flag flies once again. Duke Sorensen keeps it on the low side. Maybe a little bit of a courtesy move. Ryan Johnson with a bit of a gap. Honestly, I bet you he's playing into that. Oh, goodness, we got guys getting squirrely. Stakanis!
Stakanis! Oh.
Held on to it. Duke is starting to drop. Those old tires not helping him out, and this is going to get dicey around that position.
San Diego.
Caution's out. And I'm not sure why.
Donahue.
This is Donahue. Yeah, it has to be.
Here's. I think definitely looks a lot more beat up than it did last time I saw him.
Yeah, true. Well, guess what?
Well,
we're going to do it again.
The give mentality has now made its way to across the country.
It might be on Mars at this point.
Probably.
Oh. Him and Bumbalo door slam. Oh. Wait, that's a weird one. Like a one zig, one zag moment. Well, it's not been a fun last 20 laps for Ricky Bumbalo. Been involved in something. His last 3 cautions.
It has not.
Top 2 remain the same. Jeff Stakanis now up to 3rd. Ken Hansen 4th. Herman Reese 5th. Duke Sorensen, yeah, was definitely starting to slip there.
Those old tires, fortunately, not really holding up well for him.
I was afraid of that, yeah. I'm surprised that he went with none. I would have thought that 2 would have been the play, but at the same time, yeah, maybe that would have brought him into, like, a loose condition, so... Not sure. But, hey, regardless, I mean, he's still 7th. If he can try to hold on here for these final couple laps, or maybe he's banking on these cautions to keep happening. Which, hey, don't blame him. If history tends to repeat itself, then yeah, you go with the strategy that will kind of match with that history. I think that we are now in green-white checker territory here, if I had to wager a guess on how many laps we're going to have left here.
say regardless, this is... They get another caution after this, it's undoubtedly probably going to end the race.
Yeah, it'll be over, no doubt. Big thing is that they've got to make it to the white. That'll be the big thing. Once they do that, they will race it back, and whatever happens, happens. That's the name of the game there. Is we've got 5 laps to go efficiently. Lights are still on.
I think we'll probably get back going with 3 to go.
I think that'll be more so the case. Caleb Lingle, Ryan Johnson, Jeff Stakanis, Ken Hansen, Herman Reese.
Oh lordy.
Oh lordy, indeed. Oh Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Credit to a lot of these guys, though, that were getting pretty stacked up around Sorensen, like KJ, and especially Jason San Diego. They were holding on for dear life to their cars, and they all managed to hold on to it, so major props to all of those. I think we're going to see a bit more of that. It's Atlanta, and we're going to have a classic Atlanta finish right here. The big thing, though, is just making it to the white and racing back. Of course, they will race back regardless if a caution does come out. But then, of course, just pace it out to the end. We'll see, though. See how it unfolds. Just kind of checking further back here. Steve Grant, 12th. Marcus Senza, 11th. Really still 10th. Not a bad run there for the 112. The 11, I'm sure, was hoping for a bit more in this race. Especially being second in points, but if he can keep that thing pointing in the right direction, should just get another fairly decent, consistent finish. Lights are out. 3 laps. We'll decide it. Caleb Lingle got a phenomenal restart that last time. Got to pull it off once again. Jeff Stakanis in 3rd there. He's definitely looking to pounce if these two get too aggressive. Fun fact about Jeff Stakanis, every single top 10 that he's had this season has been a top 5. He has not finished 6th through 10th all season. Well, gloves are off. All or nothing.
Here we go.
Go or go home. Put up or shut up. Winner take all. Pace car pulls in for the final time. Caleb Lingle, the restart in his hands, and a nice restart there. Jeff Stakanis looking for second immediately.
What a restart there by Stakanis.
I think he'll get it.
Hansen looking to follow him through.
Ooh, he's going to slide him.
Whoa.
And Ken Hansen is going to draw near with Ryan Johnson there, but as long as Stakanis can stay clear, which he does, now he can try to run down Caleb. But Caleb's checked out pretty nicely here. 2 laps to go. They are all stacked up here, second on back. Green is still out. It's great to see. Kane is going to try to put together the quarters of his life. Nearly door slamming for 3rd. Hansen and Johnson. What a great run for Ken Hansen here. He's up to 4th, but white flag at Atlanta. Caleb Lingle looking great. He's got about 5 car lengths on the 31. Johnson clearing 3rd.
Oh, Stakanis had a good 1 and 2. Might have a bit of a run, but I don't know if he's close enough.
And it's going to take something big here. There's a send and a half from Johnson. It gives it everything, and he's got, as does Stakanis. It will not be enough, though. And finally, Caleb Lingle back to victory lane.
What a win for Luna. That was a spectacular drive.
His luck has been so up and down this season, mostly down. And finally, he gets that second win that he absolutely deserves. The winner at Vegas gets it in Atlanta. And really, after that restart, never even challenged. It's fun there. Whoopsie. There you go, burn it down.
Hey, just helping him get started with burnouts there.
Oh, man. I can only imagine how happy he's going to be with this one. He's had some other podium finishes. We've got to talk to him a few times since that win at Vegas. But, man, some heartbreakers that he has had. None worse than Rockingham. But finally, he is back to victory lane. And I think that is the needed boost. Keep him going, heading into Chicagoland and beyond. As he will park it there in the grass. Great race run there. Started third, if I recall correctly. That is awesome to see. Out of that number 113. Finally, back to victory lane. Here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Jeff Stakanis with second and Ryan Johnson in third. Jeff Stakanis continuing his top 10, top 5 streak of not finishing 6th through 10th. That is a little fun fact there. Herman Reese, excellent 4th place after dominating the first half of the race. Still going to emerge with an excellent finish there and looking very, very good up there in the points still. Ken Hansen with a top 5 finish. Great stuff there for the 94. Major, major shout out to him. KJ, Fugate, Eddie Rayleigh, Mark Jacenza, and Steve Grant will emerge with top 10 finishes this evening. Whew. It wasn't quite as chaotic as I thought it would be there in those final 3 laps, and that's all props to these guys. They kept it clean there when they were racing their hardest. But yeah, a little bit of everything in that race. A little bit of chaos, but also some great green flag runs, even some green flag pit stops. One of those races that you got to see it all a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. That was a fun race from start to finish. It was a bit chaotic there at the start and kind of towards the end, but had some nice long runs in there as well, and just some great racing all throughout the entirety of the race. I don't really know what I just said there, but
it's contagious. I'm sorry.
Through the entirety of the race.
User joined your channel.
But yeah, just overall, that was a spectacular showing.
Left your channel.
And yeah, props to all these guys, especially there on that final restart. I honestly kind of expected it to be really, really chaotic, but they kept it clean and gave us a really nice, great, clean finish. That was a fun race.
Awesome racing to see there. And like I said, props to all of them for what they were able to pull off tonight. Again, Chicagoland next week. That will also be the SBP version, same as tonight. So tune in for that one in a week's time. And hey, I think we'll see just as good of a show, if I'm being honest. But for now, though, we got a couple guys that we're going to be talking to before we wrap it up. And we will start with third place finisher, Ryan Johnson.
User was moved to your channel.
There is Ryan. Copy, my friend?
Yes, sir.
Great to have you back up here once again for another interview after another great finish. And another bad, fast car for you tonight. I'm telling you, it seems like these types of tracks really fall into your wheelhouse because you're able to make some very aggressive moves. You're able to put the car wherever you want it from what it looks like. All in all, these tracks really seem to fit your forte. That seemed to be the case for you tonight?
Yeah, like Atlanta's, Texas, Lowe's, good tracks for me for whatever reason. I don't know why, but had a good solid finish tonight. Can't complain. Would have liked to have been more of a factor there for the win, but didn't get a great restart. And hey, can't complain.
And no complaints there with the a third place finish for the guy third in points. I'll just kind of ask you, because especially on the short run, you were able to make a lot of headway and a lot of big moves. Just kind of how the car was set up for the short run there. I mean, we're still doing just fine in the long run, but it seemed like the short run was where that car was really coming to life.
Yeah, like I've said in other interviews, I kind of pride myself on being able to drive that loose race car on the restart. Can kind of put it where I want it, and it seems to stick. So it was working out. Last restart there, just didn't get a good jump. Jeff got by me. I don't think I had anything for Caleb anyway. I was, kind of happy with second. Hope, wishing I would have got the second place, but Jeff got a good start. I kind of spun it a little bit in first gear and had to lift, and Jeff went on by. But hey, third place, it's okay.
An awesome night after a pretty long race there. Caleb, if you've got any questions or any thoughts for driver number 78?
Not really. Just, I mean, you drove a spectacular race out there tonight. It was really fun watching you. Like Andrew kind of touched on, your car control seems just absolutely out of this world. You could honestly kind of put the car wherever you want it to go, especially at a track like this. It's definitely a pretty difficult feat to do, so I definitely really have to applaud you for that. But yeah, just a great performance, and just thank you for giving us a great show.
Appreciate that. Yep. Try and do the best I can out here and race clean, race hard.
It's funny. I think I said earlier in the night, you're one of the more fun guys to watch throughout the season, whereas a guy like Herman Reese is incredibly boring to watch.
He pretty much dominates. Yeah.
Yeah, he dominates a lot, but also he's just he just lurks. He does his thing. You're the one making them big moves, man. But not for real. Awesome stuff. Great job, and head to Chicagoland. At these tracks that continue to kind of fall into that wheelhouse, like you said. Like Atlanta, like Lowe's, and stuff like that. So that's got to give you some confidence.
Yeah, unfortunately going to miss next week, so going to be on vacation, but we'll take the provisional and be there for the chase, see what I got for these guys.
No, I think vacation takes precedent for sure.
Yes, it's time for a vacation.
Hey, well earned, my man. As usual, though, you know what to do whenever you're up here for these. Stage is yours.
Yep, I'll keep it quick. Thank you to HOBO Racing, putting on an amazing league, taking the time to showcase our racing, and it's a fun group of guys to race with. And shout out to you guys as always. And give a shout out to my CCR guys if any of them are watching on YouTube tonight. So they're a good group of guys to race with too when we're not racing here at HOBO. So thank you for all you do and appreciate you.
Hey, right on, man. Hey, I'll be over there at CCR broadcasting Thursday. So
sweet. I won't be there.
Oh, phooey.
Yep, I'm heading. Yeah, my son's getting married Thursday, so I will not be around. And then I'm taking off for vacation on the 4th.
Hey, again, just some well and truly earned stuff there. So, and congrats to your son there as well. Hope the wedding turns out well. But hey, just enjoy your next couple weeks off here, and we'll see you in a couple weeks' time, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again at that point.
All right, sounds good. Good win to my teammate Caleb, and good run there, Jeff.
Yeah, awesome stuff there for those guys. And awesome stuff for you, man. Always fun to watch. We'll see you at, looks like Richmond.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, guys.
Take care, man.
You too.
User was moved out of your channel.
Richmond, of course, being the race on the 15th in 2 weeks' time. Next up is Cool Man Jeff.
User was moved to your channel.
Jeff Stakanis, second place. Here for it tonight. Jeff, do you copy?
Got a copy.
Right on, man. Another top 5 finish. Every single one of your top 10 so far this season has been a top 5, which is a pretty cool statistic. But runner up there, got by Ryan Johnson at the end. But even driving the wheels off that thing, it was tough catching Caleb Lingle there after the restart that he had. But again, another night that, aside from a couple little bobbles, that car seemed pretty well hooked up and not too much noise made. You just kept lurking her up there. That seems to be kind of the trend for you.
Yeah, there was a time when I went up high to let somebody by, and the train kind of comes underneath you, and there's no way you're coming back down, so you just kind of bide your time, and that's all you can do. But extremely good setup. Herman Reese built an absolutely great car, so kudos to him on that one.
Hey, it showed for all you guys. Both you and him were looking pretty well hooked up and doing an awesome job. I will ask you this about, I think that it was the caution, or prior to the caution that came out in the realm of like 20-something ago. A lot of guys were clutching, trying to make it on fuel. What was your fuel situation look like? What would have looked like if that had gone green?
I was actually 2 laps short. I was trying to save by 3/4 throttle down the stretches and really letting off in the corner. But just from history, I know that once the wheels start to fade, people start to slip and slide, and you can pretty much plan on there being a caution. So that's kind of what I was banking on.
I get you there, especially at a slippery track like Atlanta. So,
Mm-hmm.
and if it ended up
fast.
playing into fruition, yeah, and very fast. It doesn't take much. That caution there was like the slightest itsy bitty bit of contact, and yet with how the guy spun, you would have sworn that he got clobbered. So that's just kind of the nature of the high speeds. But otherwise, though, awesome stuff for you, Caleb. You got anything for Jeff?
Honestly, can't really think of much that's not been said already. Just a fantastic race from you on your part, like Andrew said. Kind of just a quiet day, but a great day, which is good, of course. But yeah, just a fantastic job out there today, and nice job bringing the car home. And almost got Caleb there in the end, but
almost got to his back bumper.
Maybe if you had a couple more laps, but. Still, absolutely nothing wrong with second place.
He had more in the tank.
Great job.
He had more in the tank. Trust me.
Yeah, I will admit, he had that thing really, really locked up, and he was looking pretty fast. Except for KJ on the super long runs. Holy crap, was he flying
quick? Yeah.
But still, though, another awesome finish for you. Continuing to get yourself some good results there. Even if there was a bit of a streak there, some bad luck, it turned around for you tonight, and it will emerge with a second place finish.
Sucked.
Yeah, that caught out a few guys there, but hey, tonight was a new night, and it came around for you. And next week is Chicagoland, similar-ish well, yeah, not really, but they're close enough, I suppose, as far as how they behave. So I'm sure a little bit of confidence going in.
Yeah, 1.5 miles are good for me.
Bread and butter. Well, great finish tonight, man. Of course, as always, before we let you go, you know what to do.
Yeah, thank my teammates and all the cars that they build, and I just race them. It's Keith and Herman are extremely good at it. I'd like to thank them guys, and Jeff and KJ. He's a teammate. He's our fifth wheel, but that's all right. Fifth horse. But the guys at HOBO, all the admins and all the guys that we race with are pretty good guys to be around and joke around. And a lot of times you guys don't hear what we're saying or anything like that, and sometimes we're just laughing our heads off and having a good time. But these guys are great to race with.
That's what matters the most in any league and any community of NR2003. So that's always awesome to hear. And hey, still great camaraderie no matter where you go, and especially here at HOBO. So
absolutely,
yeah, it's awesome that you guys still got that. And hey, for that 27 car field tonight, that was pretty sweet to see as well.
Yep, big fields. Yep,
love it. We love to see it. Well, great job tonight, and best of luck at Chicago. Hopefully the trend continues for you in that upward direction.
Thanks, sirs.
Right on.
User was moved out of your channel.
Steak and eggs getting second place tonight. Well, I think that we'll go ahead and talk to the happiest man in the room.
User was moved to
well,
your
now
channel.
He's in this room, but you know what I mean. Caleb Lingle, do you copy, my friend?
I sure do.
You finally got back to victory lane, man. I just gotta ask you point blank. How you feeling?
I wonder if it's going to come again. I've been close a couple times, but it's been a few races in this season when I last won, so it's been a bit. So relieved is how I'm feeling.
Since race 5 at Vegas, and then you finally got it here. Your luck has been very up and down. I think you have to races like Pocono, like Rockingham, where you had a car that could win it, and circumstances did not pan out your way. They panned out for you tonight, but at the same time, though, there wasn't a lot of luck involved there. That was just straight up awesome speed out of that 113. That thing seemed like that thing just was hooked to the track. I mean, I was telling that to the other guys; they seemed like they were doing pretty good with that, but you especially were just dialed in. Just kind of tell me how the car was driving for you, and if that was indeed the case. Sure as hell looked like it.
Yeah, it felt really good. First little bit of the run, it was a little bit on the loose side, and by the end of the run, it would get tight. So you had to start a little bit loose, so you're okay at the end. First part of the race, I kind of laid back, got the feel of the track because I didn't get to practice today. So jumped in qualifying, and that was my first laps here. So first part of the race, I took it easy, tried to save some tires, and I think it showed there towards the end of one of the runs where I started making passes and actually got up to the lead. So, but overall, it really was handled pretty well. It wasn't too loose, it wasn't too tight towards the end, so it was pretty comfortable.
Really impressive drive after it was all said and done. I'll ask you this, and then I'll turn over to Caleb. But I asked Jeff about this a little bit, and I'll ask you since you were the one leading at the time. Before that one caution came out with like 20 something to go, and the fuel situation for everybody was looking iffy. I saw you clutching. What was your predicament going to be there if it had gone green?
I was working on making it. I was not good at that point. It was going to be close. I was making progress, but I don't know if I would have made it. I was really banking on another caution. I started getting worried there. That's when I saw Ryan started clutching. That's when I decided to do it too, and try to be aggressive in some areas and try not to mess up my tires while doing it. But yeah, it was not going to be. I was not going to have a lot of fuel left over. I probably would have been sputtering across the line. Who knows what position?
Well, hey, ultimately, the caution did come out that you were banking on, and it panned out beautifully. And actually, I lied. I do have one more question, and then I'll share it over to Caleb. But
Okay.
final restart there. That seemed like the restart of your life right there. Even Ryan did say that he spun the tires, but ultimately, I'm sure once you knew that you had a few car lengths, had to have been breathing a little bit easier.
Oh yeah, it really hooked up. It's always on the edge of the wheel spin, but it hooked up and it launched really well. And I got a good run through 1 and 2. I saw Jeff and Ryan back there side by side during that turn, and I saw the gap. And at that point, I knew I didn't have to put down qualifying laps. I just had to just back it off a little bit and just make sure I hit 6 good corners and kept it straight.
And you did that flawlessly, and that was pretty impressive. So nicely done. All right, Caleb, what you got?
Well, first of all, I guess just one Caleb to another. An incredible job out there today. You drove an absolutely spectacular race, and honestly, I guess kind of going off of Andrew's question, I got to ask you, of course, that late stage of the race was kind of just full of caution flags, and honestly, just I don't know what was going through your mind, just thinking like as the cautions kept coming and the end of the race just kept getting closer and closer.
Well, I was in first at the time, so we were just killing laps and under caution. So it was just last green flag laps for somebody to try to pass me. So it didn't bother me too bad. You know, I'm sure if I was second or third, I would not have liked all those cautions, but I was in a good spot for it. So finally, I was enjoying them.
You were definitely in a good spot there, and on that final restart, you definitely capitalized it in the best way possible. So, yeah, just an absolutely spectacular job today, and yeah, nice to see you finally go back to victory lane.
Thank you, Caleb.
Yeah, awesome to finally see it once again. winner at Vegas, and finally got another one here in Atlanta. Chicagoland is up next, another mile and a half. Confidence has got to be up after showing some great speed at a lot of these tracks and getting some results starting to go your way.
It is. I think I've got. I had 4 of the last 5 races were top 5s, and those was a 6th place. So we're on a roll right now. I want to keep it that way. So we'll do the best we can at Chicago.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm glad I'll be able to bring the coverage to the masses for that one. But for tonight, though, just take it in, enjoy it, and go celebrate. Of course, before you do so, closing thoughts, shout-outs, whatever you want to. You have well and truly earned it, my friend.
Thank you. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my teammates, those that have helped me out with setups that we go back and forth with things, and teammates that I work with during the race as far as race strategies. And Ryan was with me most of the race. He's a teammate, and he ran me nice and clean. We didn't have any close calls, maybe 3 wide there for a moment, but we got that straightened out. But big shout out to family watching, friends watching, and Rubino's, Stephen Bino for putting this league on. All the guys I have donated for this broadcast. It's really great to watch, and appreciate y'all doing it.
Hey, the pleasure's all ours. And hey, it's pleasure especially ours when we get to watch you making some pretty aggressive moves there too. It's pretty awesome.
Good TV.
But hey, best of luck at Chicagoland. We're looking forward to that one. But for right now, like I said, go celebrate. You have truly earned it.
Will do. Appreciate it. See y'all next week.
Yeah, man.
User was moved out of your channel.
He finally did it. And that is awesome to see. Caleb Lane go back to victory lane. 2nd time this season. And again, that kind of that parity that you alluded to, Caleb, it continues. Because we still there's still 10 different winners, and yeah, only 2 guys with 3 wins, a bunch of guys now with 2, some one-time winners. It has been an incredibly competitive season. But closing thoughts on this evening's events at Atlanta before we wrap her up.
Especially after getting in the booth for the first time at Michigan, I was really, really looking forward to this race. And once again, just like Michigan, it absolutely did not disappoint. That was a spectacular race. Like I said, there was a lot of great racing all throughout the field and all throughout the duration of the race. And just really awesome to see Caleb go back to victory lane, and just awesome to see everybody. Saw a lot of clean racing tonight, which was really, really nice. And yeah, gotta love a good finish like that as well. Just a spectacular race here from Atlanta. Really happy to have been up here once again. And of course, as always, just thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be up here. I really enjoy doing this. And yeah, just thank you so much.
The pleasure is all mine, man. I thank you for hopping on board. Once again, we are going to be bringing coverage of CCR, Carolina Classic Racing, the season conclusion of their AR88 series at Homestead, Miami to crown a champion. We'll definitely be looking forward to that one. And then Chicago Street Course on Sunday for Fast. And then back to Chicagoland, the oval track for HOBO in 1 week's time. So a lot of great stuff coming up for everybody. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get my new air conditioner, which is going soon enough. But hey, until then, yeah, that fan's still going to be my best friend. Thank you to those that tuned in, and looking forward to seeing what action we got coming up here, and looking forward to bringing it to everyone who happens to stop by one of these fun little streams of ours. Thank you again to Caleb. Thank you to Caleb. Congrats to the other Caleb. And hey, we'll see you guys in only 2 days from CCR. Until then, stay cool.